guess you just basically have to play with it if you learn.
Yeah. Yes. There's just so much stuff that's involved in it that, and, you know, and basically, I tell people the best way to do this is to do it simple. Here's what you're going to use it for. I'm going to use it for as my dry erase. I don't know what I've done to that, but I'm going to use it as my dry erase, and so I'm going to pick up my pen and write, you know, on the board, and then once you get that down pat, it's like, all right, well, I'm going to convert this to text, and then, you know, I want to put that audio in and kind of jazz this up just a little bit, you know, because you're going to have so much free time after you've done this once, and then you don't have to redo everything again and again. So you just take that one presentation and you add a little bit to it each time. So now it's a lot more interactive and a lot more media-friendly type deal, because you're no longer teaching, you're entertaining in a way. You know, the hardest part is to keep their attention, not to get the knowledge to them. It's just if you keep their attention, you have a fighting chance.
This will do it though, because honestly, I just really want to get up to this play with myself.
Well, come on up here.
I can't afford to pay for it.
The thing about these is they're really durable. Right? They're really, trust me, they have thousands, hundreds of thousands of these in the classroom. And I've probably sold 1,000 of them. And as far as damaging, you know, maybe 3 or 4 that have actually been damaged. You know, I've had a couple of the controllers in the back go out, but it's a 2-day fix. I just send one off, get one back, just one screw and you're done. But as far as the surface and all, maybe 3 or 4 out of a bunch. So that's kind of the general idea of everything on this and how it works and what it does.
Is that an eraser?
This?
So when you just erase like the little lines on it, what do you erase these?
To what? For erasing?
Yeah, what could you actually erase?
You can erase anything that's drawn. I need to restart my computer, but I guess I'm getting a glitch on that. But anything, this should be able, there you go. My computer's got something that's anything that's drawn with a pen will erase. Any other thing to select, I have to select it. Yeah, hit the X. So, yeah, I need to restart my computer. But yeah, do that and hit the X, and that'll take that off. So, anyway, I think that's it. My name is Phil Boyd with Academic Technologies. We're a reseller of Smart. Have y'all used Smart or an interactive board before? Yeah? Okay. I'll go over the basics of just a USB mouse. As I click and touch, it's a mouse, okay? If I want to double click, just double click. If I want to right click, I have a little button here and then a right click. And that's the simplest of it. And I tell people that because people get a little intimidated by using this and they're like, I don't know how to use it. Well, if you can use your computer, you can use this. Now, the functions and features that it has is it has a software that goes along with it that gives you all the features that that make it special, that make it a little bit more than just a mouse. And I'll go through these real quick, and you'll stop me if you have questions or whatever. Our basic functions up here in the notebook software is it's back and forward. What that does is it allows you to go from one page to the next. This is a way to insert a new page. If you see I've inserted a new page here. We'll write something on the first page. Use your magic pens, just pieces of plastic. So teachers love them because they like to have them in their hands to throw at students when they're dozing off. So just like writing on the board, except once you write, it remembers, it has little IR sensors in here, and it remembers the last thing you picked up. Again, these really are nothing to these. So the last one that's picked up now is the red. So I'll write with my red. And you can select these and move them around. They're interactive. I'm going to pull this up real quick so you can see what I'm doing over here. It kind of gives you little picture frames of everything that you're doing. So I can select an object, make it smaller to fit my needs, or for those of us that have trouble seeing, we can make it larger. I can change the orientation as far as, or I can simply slide it to another slide. So I can make it down here. It gives me a little button up here on the side that gives you the ability to change it to a different color. I mean, a different to text. So this changes it to text. Anything that's written with the digital ink can be erased. So by simply picking up the eraser, you can erase it. You can hit undo. I'll go through these real quick. This is basically to find the file. This is to save a file. This is your paste. This is undo, back and forward. You know, unlike in Word or whatever, you can go all the way back to the very first thing you did instead of just a couple of clicks. So you can go forward or back.
It doesn't matter whether you write in print or cursive, it can change it to text.
Yes.
That's
what's called a Smartboard. It actually, it'll teach you how to write instead of it running your, because I used to, and it never does it now, but I used to write, you know, my B's like this, and it always read it as 13. You know, just because, but now it doesn't for some reason. So, but yes, you can write a cursive or both. You know, if you have trouble reading your writing, then it's going to have trouble reading your writing. So that's kind of the, but it's pretty good. It actually, it's actually pretty good about what it does and the ability to read it. So, and I recommend doing 1 or 2 words and changing that to text. Don't write a full sentence because it'll get 95% of it right, and then you'll be in there editing and so. And if you're going to write full sentences, it's probably better just to type it out. So. Anything that's in a text format like this can't be erased. To get rid of it, you basically select it and hit your X, and that gets rid of it. Anybody familiar with the overhead projectors, the old opaque projectors? Okay. This is the feature that they put in for them, for those people that just love that. It's your little window shade. Window shade goes to the left, the right, bottom, the top. So if you have words and you don't want to get ahead of you, you can put the window shade on all of them and kind of expose it at your own leisure there. To get rid of that, just click on it again. We have a full screen, and this basically is to give you more real estate. So it takes off all of your little functions there. You can still pick up your pen and write and do anything that you want, but it just takes away a lot of the quick access buttons. And this advances your slide from one to the back. This gives you your basic functions here, and that takes you back to your normal layout. The next one is basically, it allows you to see your background. It puts it onto different backgrounds. So green, this is my note right here that I have, but it's on top of the internet. So I'm showing a web page here, but I can actually take something and overlay it on top of it. Our next one that we have is a way to put 2 pages in one. And this is great for doing comparing and contrasting. You know, here's the document, I want it to look this way, so I can actually put them side by side and see what they look like. The next one is kind of what I use the most, probably, or it's one of my favorite tools. This is the camera. It'll take any picture of anything that's on your computer. So some things are coded, you can't copy and paste, and you can't highlight and copy. But this will take a picture of it. So if I want to go to, and I'm teaching a class on the internet or whatever. Maybe it's a history class or something like that. Let me go to something like this. I can take a picture of just an area. So I'll take a picture of that. I can take a picture of a panel. So this currently is a panel. This area is a panel. This area is a panel. This area is a panel. So I'm going to take a picture of a panel. Take a picture of, say I want to write on here and say, show people how to get to my website. You want to go to ruins.com, click here, that. And then this last one is just kind of gives you a way to crop out different things. So that saved it all back to my notebook. And this is my one. This is my other one of the whole page, so it's the whole web page. This is just that window frame. As you notice, it doesn't have the top like this does. And then this is just a picture of my image. So I can then take this and make it larger, smaller. So if I want to take this and do a photo album or whatever, actually, so I can do it this way. Go here, grab another picture of somebody. Take him, put him over here, and you can overlay them and do different things. With this, I can right-click on and go to this, click, and what that does is, like taking a clipping out of a magazine, and you cut around all the stuff you don't want. That's what I just did. So it's a quick, easy way to give you a there. I didn't clip that, but anyway. So it's a way, as you notice, I can see here only not the whole images around, just this. So it's a great way to make a presentation or make images and stuff look a lot better. So if you take a picture and it has all the stuff in the background, and all you want is a picture of a pyramid, you just do that, it takes a few seconds, and you just got the pyramid. So one of the other things you can do with this is when you click on them, I can go down here and I can link. So say I have a picture of the president, and we're talking about presidents, we can go and take that picture and type in a website. such as, I just do ESPN, but it could be whitehouse.com, it could be it could be, whatever. It could be math.com, history.com, AT&T.com, and it can push you to, it could be your Facebook account. So I got an icon down here, and if I click on it, it takes me to that web page. So it's a great way to make it interactive, and as you're going, you don't have to fumble around trying to find the website. They're all linked to it. It doesn't have to be a web page, though. It could be anything. Because we could go in here and take this, and say you have a PDF or a document that you want to show. Maybe it's a test. So it could have it could be a picture of you, and you click on you, and it takes you to a test. So we can actually link it to a file on this computer, which could be any file, quotes, documents, or anything. So you could actually link it to any of that. It could be a page in this file, so it could link it from this page down to this page. And the other thing that you can do is you can also link sounds. So and you can have it as an object, so you don't have these icons. So when you click on it. Now this can be this can be actually your voice. So you can actually record yourself telling the students what to do, or telling your group what to do. So you just go and click on your picture, and it's you telling them, hey, these are your assignments for today. You need to do this, this, and this. Or if you're studying something that has audio in it, you can, drop it into there. So that's just another way to kind of engage the students, because they love music, they love video. You can link this to video files also. So any type of thing like that. Our next one is a document camera. I don't have one hooked up, but what the document camera will do is allow you to bring, if you're familiar with a document camera, it's just a camera that will allow you to take a textbook or any paper, and it will capture that into the notebook. And what that's going to do is allow you to write on it. So you have a textbook or an article out of a magazine, you just throw it in the document camera, it pops it up here, and you can write on it and make markups and copy it and paste it and do all your changes that way. So it's an easy way to do. Then we have a table. This is you can select that. And in our table, we can go in and do questions like math questions or whatever, and say, apple. And here we'll say whatever fruit. And oops. Call it apple then. And I could select which one. Say we'll select this one. Right click on it and we'll cover it up. So you can have them match 2 plus 2 and how the answers are. And so when they click on it, it reveals the answer. So, the next one is the pen. That's the same as picking up these pens, except it gives you a few more options. But a lot of times you just don't want to pick a pen. So you can just click here and select your color. This is, and say you don't like that, you want to write in a different color, you easily just go up here, we'll change the style, we'll write in The next one is crazy pins. So you can write in. I really don't know why I got these, but a lot of people like them. Or you can actually go in and select. Do this. And we'll select it. But that's just a pen, just another pen attribute. Our eraser is same as picking up an eraser here. You have a small eraser, you have a large eraser, and a medium eraser. So if you mess up big, you can erase everything, or you can circle and tap in the middle. Circle, tap in the middle, and that'll erase everything. Then we're going to go to our lines, and what this is basically an easy way to do straight lines, or if I want to go in and do parabolas, it will do that. This is just geometry, basic geometry. I want to make a circle. If I want to make a rectangle, triangle, we can easily do that. You can also go in and select it and change it to fill, and we can change it to a different color. I can actually change that up too and make it, I can put a pattern in it. I can actually take a picture and just browse and put a picture there. So, animation, so go like here, and I can actually put in different animations that I want. We'll just do a and that gets annoying after a while, so I don't recommend doing it forever. But you can have it do different things. So if you have something on the screen, it doesn't matter what it is. It can be any kind of picture. You can actually have it do the same stuff all the time. We can actually go into actually take this. I don't know if y'all saw this fan, so and then make that shrinking forever. There. So you can have your picture up there just blinking the whole time, so do your work, shut up, be quiet. And you can click your audio too, like that. The next one is we're basically going in and doing, for those of us that have some drawing issues, we can actually draw a straight line, straight as an arrow. It will allow you to do straight lines, circles, squares, rectangles, triangles, and after that, trapezoids, you are going to have issues. So you can basically do 4 shapes. Yeah, straight line and 2 shapes. So that's a great way if you just want to make something nice and neat and not have to touch with a lot of stuff. The next one is our magic pen. What the magic pen is gives you a couple things. Say I want to read this. I just draw. I just have to close the square. There you go. Now I have a magnifying glass. So I can move that around. Anyway. Or I could draw a circle. Now I got a spotlight. So do a spotlight and everything. And the other thing that I can do is, this is great for when they're not paying attention. You guys should write the answers to the test. Answer 1 is 2, answer 2 is A, answer 3 is I do that every time. Disregard the last. Don't click here and go answer 1 is 2, answer 2 is A, answer 3 is 4. And if they're not paying attention, all the stuff goes away and so disappears and makes them keep up with what they're doing. The next one is a bucket. Basically, that's a fill bucket. So I want to go to my shapes and color them in. I can color them in real easy. So, and you can change that basically going over here and selecting what color you want to fill it in with. So, and then we have our text button. That's just a font. If you want to set your font, change it to whatever. This button right here is the same as this. That does your fill text, page recordings and stuff. So I will go in and show you the page recording. Page recording is great because you can give a small how-to presentation really quickly without having to do much. So I can say you have an equation, a squared plus 4 equals 5 squared. And you can hit, say, page recording and go in and solve for A. So say, however you solve for A, it's 3. So you can write your equation. This is everything's times 2, blah, blah, blah. Do all your different equations. I'll just stop doing that because it's not a very good example for me. Doing my math skills. Hit start recording first and then let's do that again. Let's back that up. Let's back that up here. That's awesome. Let's go and do something. We'll go with x plus 2 is 4. And then we'll start a recording. And then we'll solve for x. We'll say, I'm not good, but I don't know the equation. But anyway, it'll be x equals 2. How's that? Stop recording. So, give me the equation. I need to brush up on math skills. There. And then just hit the button, and it will play out your solve your answer for you. It can be how to conjugate a verb. It could be percentage. It could be anything you want. So it could be any small presentation, and you just go in there and click on that, and you're ready to roll.
When you're recording, how close do you have to be? Do you have to be close to the board or close to the computer or what?
No, the recording, no, you just write it. It's just recording what you do on your computer in here. so.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not, this recording's not recording your voice.
Okay.
There's another recording I'll show you in a second that records your voice, so.
Okay.
But yeah, you need to kind of be in front of the board because you'll be doing the writing and stuff. But it really doesn't carry good on your computer too. The last button up here is a math button, and this does like a compass. So hit it twice. So we can actually change our degrees. So it comes, I did a 360 degrees, 91 degrees or whatever. So you can do compasses, you can bring in protractors or rulers, measure different things. You know, this is the width or whatever. So it's a nice little math tool. Any questions so far? I'm just kind of wheeling through this.
And this is just basically on the Smartboard software itself?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, this is all the Smartboard software. That's kind of a quick overview of all the features. Or not all, some of the features. The next thing that's really good is the gallery. And the gallery has tons of pictures and different clip art and different things. So for administration, we can go in and select administration, backgrounds. So you can select different backgrounds. Planning, so we can do calendars, generate different calendars. Notebook paper. You know, so it has everything from notebook paper to you name it in here. Calendars. Move it over. We have multimedia stuff as far as flash files that do different things. This is a timer. So we can actually start a clock and have a countdown. So it'll clock one, give you a time limit. We can do so you can put different things on there. And again, that could be any sound that you want. It doesn't have to be that. You can change that up really easy. We also get into math, history, science, special needs, science and technology. It's a good one with interactive. This is always a so students can always come in here and but it's always funner to kill them. And some of them are a lot more interactive. This is one with where you actually dissect a frog. Frog guts. Which allows you to go in, we'll take our hands and stab them down. do a lot of interactive things with it. Math is kind of the same stuff. You have everything from the abacus to counting to teaching preps.